there, welcome to Community Talk. We are so excited to be here, and today what we're hoping to do is go over Autry Technology Center and a little bit about what we are about. My name is Tamby Brown. I'm the Assistant Director of Business and Industry Services at Autry Technology Center.
And I'm Ashley Gore. I'm a coordinator in Business and Industry Services, and I work in adult career development. So basically what I do at Autry is I coordinate short-term programs, anything from hiring adjuncts to overseeing the short-term classes, coming up with curriculum and developing new programs. That's kind of my shtick of what I do. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do as the assistant director?
Absolutely. I work with a great team of training coordinators who work with the business and industry folks in this area. So we try to provide training, whether it is short-term or customized training, we try to provide training.
Tamby, one of the things that I come across when I'm working with clients is that I find that they know who Autry Technology Center is. They see a lot of us. We're very involved in the community. We're huge supporters of the community, but they maybe don't necessarily know exactly what we do training-wise.
Sure.
They know about full-time programs, or they maybe even know some of our training. So I just want you to kind of share a little bit about Autry as a whole, who we are, and also our Business and Industry Services Department, and just give everybody kind of a quick overview of that.
Well, kind of like you said, I think a lot of people are familiar with Autry Technology Center. But what we are is we are one of 29 career tech programs, I guess, in the state. And there's 58 to 59 campuses throughout the state. And we try to provide, we'd be your community resource and provide as much training as we can for the local business and industry folks. We have full-time programs, programs such as culinary to welding to accounting, drafting,
cosmetology.
Oh yes, cosmetology. Yes, how could we forget that? And then we also offer the business and industry services. So, and within business and industry, boy, we do a lot.
Can you kind of expand a little bit? I know in business and industry we have short-term open enrollment classes, and we also do customized, but can you expand on the areas of focus that we typically cover?
Well, I'll tell you, we pretty much cover everything. If you're needing anything when it comes to you and your business, contact us, reach out, call us. We do strategy training, we do safety training, we do transportation, pretty much all the ecosystems. We work with small business owners, and gosh, we even work with businesses that people that haven't even started their business yet. So basically, we have our short-term classes, and then we have our customized classes.
One of the things that I brought today, and I know you have, is our catalog. And we talk about this a lot because we want to focus with our clients and with just the community that our catalog is a list of classes that we offer, but our biggest fear is we don't want people to think that this is the only thing we can do for them. So whenever you're looking through this catalog, really we want you to look at it as samples of classes that you can take. Of course, you can enroll in any of these. They have our full-time and short-term classes, but we also love whenever people just look at it and they go, hey, you know what? You have Excel level 1, but I need, we actually offer Excel level 1, 2, and 3.
Sure.
But I think I need level 4. Yeah. I really want to focus on just pivot tables. We can create classes for that. So we really want to encourage our clients to know how to use the catalog and to have, just the thought to call us and ask a little bit more questions about what we can offer.
And the thing about the catalog is, and kind of what she just mentioned, is everything that we do isn't in here, and Excel level 1, maybe you want to take it on a Saturday. Maybe there's a business that has 4 or 5 employees that would like to take it during the day and they don't see it in this catalog. That's okay, because we'll customize it for you, right? They'll just give us a phone call, call us 580-242-2750, or even go to our website. You can contact our coordinators that way as well.
One of the things you and I were talking about today was the QuickBooks class that you planned.
Sure.
Can you expand a little bit on that and tell everybody watching about how that customized class came about?
Right. We had a local company who was using QuickBooks, and you hear QuickBooks often, right? But this particular software was the QuickBooks Enterprise Edition, and it wasn't anything that anybody else in the area was using. And And so they came to us and said, gosh, we don't see it in the catalog. Could you do this for us? And obviously we dug deep with our resources and we found an instructor and was able to get a hold of that curriculum and bring that company in. They had about 7 to 8 employees that needed the training, and we customized it for them. And again, you wouldn't find it in the catalog, but we put the training together, and I'll tell you that since that time, we've actually offered that class now a couple more times. So.
I think that's just really interesting that that's how you kind of came about that one. I've had an example of offering an Excel class, and of course, one of our local companies and a client enrolled 7 people in that class. And so when I was looking over who was taking it, I recognized that they were all from the same company. So my first thought was, I want to get in contact with them and see if there's something we can do to make it customizable. So what we actually ended up doing was they took the usual 3 nights of Excel, but then we added an extra night, and on the 4th night, the students were able to bring in personal spreadsheets from work, and we were able to help them manipulate them and work with them in ways that would be beneficial to them in their work environment. So when you think of customized in that sense, not only were they able to have a safe environment to talk about what it is that they do within their company, and there's confidentiality there, but it was at a time that was more beneficial for them. So typically our evening classes are from 6 to 9. Well, we were able to work it out because they get off at 5, and we just went ahead and started it straight into 5 o'clock and get them home earlier to their families.
Right. And I tell you, I have many times people will come to me and just say, do you have an expert for this? Do you have an expert for that? And what I would tell them is that, we aren't necessarily experts in everything, but we are able to find those people, right? Because we're one career tech, but we have 28 others that we can go to, and say, gosh, do you have some curriculum for this? Or do you have an instructor, an expert subject matter person that we could bring in to teach? So I think it's important that people call and ask, right? Because neither one of those customized sessions would have happened had the individuals not called and said, do you think you could do this for us?
And I think a lot of clients are finding themselves struggling through trying to be an expert in their own area. And at the end of the day, we can't all be experts in everything, so why not bring someone in who actually knows what they're doing?
And
it helps you.
For small businesses. I mean, you and I both have had small businesses. You guys currently have a small business, and you're wearing a ton of hats. There's no way for you to be an expert in everything. And within our business and industry, we do have training coordinators who work specifically with small business and can and they are experts, and can help you navigate that. So
if a client were interested in, or even just somebody in our community, they were interested in having a customized class, what would they need to do in order to get that set up?
Let me tell you, it's pretty difficult. This is what I'd want you to do. I'd want you to pick up the phone and just give Autry a phone call, right? 580-242-2750. And this is what you do. When you call in, you say, you know what, I'm not sure exactly what I need, but I know I need to talk to business and industry services, and they're going to connect you with one of our coordinators who will just sit down and talk to you. And if you can't call, come by. You can talk to myself or to you. I mean, we see people all the time. We have people that pop in that want iPad help, right? I think I had somebody in your office the other day, and they brought their iPad in and couldn't figure it out.
And we all of the coordinators at Autry have different areas of focus, so that helps too, because I traditionally work with health programs, and I'm also doing some business and IT classes. So of course, if that's something you're needing, then you're probably going to be directed to me. We have Kyle Hockmeyer, and he does manufacturing. So he's someone that is going to have the common knowledge in that area and have the contacts. Jesse Ashlock does transportation. Christine Almack has plumbing.
Right. Well, and just construction in general, right? So if there's some local government type bids that are out there, you can come by Autry, and she will help you navigate that process. So.
One of the things that we wanted to talk about too is just our catalog in general. So we have open enrollment courses, and that's what you typically see, as I mentioned earlier. Our catalog runs from January to June, and then our second catalog runs July to December. And one of the things that I really like to encourage people to do, because this is kind of my baby project, this is my project, you know, every job has the project that they have to do, and I have to do it twice a year, but it's really important to us because it is a way for us to let people know, and we're always trying new things in it. So every time you pick a catalog up or a new one, there's going to be a certain percentage of new course offerings in there. And they kind of tie in with Customize. You can kind of talk about that, how they come about.
And one thing I want to mention, and I think we've mentioned it maybe once before, but even if it's not in here and you don't think we're offering it, just call, because it's very possible it's happening that day.
Yeah.
You know, we're constantly doing new things. But I really want to mention this and kind of put you on the spot.
Okay.
CNA conference.
Yes.
Right, second annual CNA conference. Tell them a little bit about that.
The CNA conference is an event that we're hosting, and it basically came about. CNA Days took place years ago, and it was a vendor's event, and CNAs would come and they would get all kinds of goodies, and it was basically just an appreciation day, and it went away due to budget cuts. So we decided we wanted to bring it back because we want to show appreciation to our CNAs. They do so much for our long-term care community and the geriatric community. But I wanted it to be more than that, so my health trainer and I sat down and we turned it into a conference. So we have professional development. It's completely free to any CNA that attends, and really, again, the goal is just to show appreciation, but we want them to leave there with something in their pocket too.
Yeah. It's hard
So
work.
we want them to have a learning opportunity, because these facilities are releasing their employees for half a day to come to the event, and we want them to know that we also are glad that they're there, and we want to invest back into
Well, and
that
I heard
community.
you say something about, costs, and it's free for
Yes,
them to come.
it is.
Sometimes that is something that holds people back from contacting us. They're thinking training is going to be expensive, and I have to tell you that we're going to be the most efficient and
Absolutely.
minimal costs. So.
And we talk about that. Budget's a huge thing. The first thing you hear from a client is, what's this going to be for my budget? So I know that we're definitely very budget friendly, and we're more than willing to work with people in their budgets and see what we can do to make things happen for a client.
So check out our catalog and our classes and our website. Gosh, I didn't hardly mention that. autrytech.edu. Make
You
sure
can
you're
enroll online,
Sure.
in person, or call. And I'm glad that we were able to spend some time sharing with people what it is that we do in business and industry services.
Hopefully they'll have us back.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thank you. And I guess have a good evening.
Yeah, thanks for joining us on Community Talk.
Hi, I'm Dan Scheidel, the Executive Director of the United Way of Enid in northwestern Oklahoma. Visit us at our website at unitedwayenid.org and watch for us on Community Talk.
Thank you for joining us for Community Talk. I'm Michael League. I'm here with Jennifer Bowman, and we're here to talk to you about a golf tournament benefit fundraiser. We are representing Class 27 of Leadership Greater Enid, and we're having a fundraiser at Meadow Lake Golf Course to benefit the Booker T. Washington Community Center, which will be held on Friday, April the 6th of this year. So first off, how about we start by explaining a little bit about what Leadership Greater Enid is, in case any of the viewers out there aren't familiar. I know before I got involved in the program, I wasn't that familiar with it at all either. So let's talk a little bit about what LGE is.
That's a great idea, Michael. So Leadership Greater Enid is a program that is, it selects, challenges, develops, and educates individuals who have shown an interest in local issues. It's a program that's based around a 9-month series of issue-oriented forums that and experiences. It's based on the premise that knowledge is key and the prime promoter of leadership. The program was established in 1990. Again, we're the class 27. So it's open to any interested residents in the Greater Enid community. And participants are selected based off of ability, their demonstration and interest in community, and then insight on effective leadership. If anyone is interested in joining Leadership Greater Enid, the most recent application has been put out on the Enid Chamber website at enidchamber.com.
Awesome. Thank you, Jennifer. I would really encourage anybody that might be thinking about joining Leadership Greater Enid to apply. I have really enjoyed my time. We meet monthly for full-day sessions, and it gets us involved in everything related to Enid.
Sure does.
We have done a variety of different things, from touring business and industry, nonprofits, health and wellness, and then last month we got to visit the Capitol and meet with our legislators in Oklahoma City, as well as meeting with some of our local government officials. One major requirement of our class and every class is that we have to put together a community project, something that's going to benefit the community. So Jennifer, you were chosen as this year's project chair. Could you tell us a little bit more about our class project?
Sure, absolutely. So during each monthly session, we have a chance to talk about this project that we have. And early on, we had 30 minutes to talk, and we were talking about different issues that we knew of in the community. And it was very clear that the 18 of us in the class were very focused on the kids in our community and the needs that they have out there. And in those discussions is when Booker T. Washington Community Center came up. And last year, their air conditioning units went out, and they were not able to provide their summer program to the kids in our area. And so we just kind of stuck on that and said that's what we want to focus on to make sure that they can get their summer program back up and running.
Right, and that's awesome. The Booker T. Washington Community Center has been offering children a safe place after school and in the summer since 1982. When we toured the facilities and learned about their programs, our class, I know, was really touched and inspired by what they do. So we thought, what can we do to help make them more successful and be able to keep touching these kids' lives? So we decided on this event, and we are really excited about it.
You know, one thing that really stuck out to me when we toured Booker T. Washington was the dedication and the passion behind Clifford, the executive director, and the other members of their staff, and the way they care about the kids there. But the golf tournament, it's only natural, with you being the superintendent out at Meadow Lake, that our class stuck on a golf tournament. It's a fun way to raise a lot of money, and we want to make sure and we meet these goals for Booker T. Washington Community Center. Our early estimates to replace both air conditioning units is $22,000.
Right, and that is a very lofty goal and something that we're looking forward to raising. We're well on track, and we know with the community's support that we can reach that goal. Keep in mind that Booker T. Washington is a 501c3 not-for-profit, so all of your donations, sponsorships are going to be tax deductible.
Yes.
How about you tell us a little bit more about the golf event that we're having?
Okay, so the event is Friday, April 6th at Meadow Lake Golf Course. We have 2 flights scheduled, one at 8:30 for the morning flight, and then the afternoon is at 1:30. We'll have lunch in between there. We do still have openings for teams, but where we really need the community support right now is with whole sponsorships to really raise the money and the funds.
That's right. So if any business leaders out there in the community want to get involved, being a sponsor is a great way to get involved, even if you're not a golfer. Contact one of us and get a whole sponsorship. So we've got a really fun and exciting golf tournament planned, and it's on a Friday. So that's your excuse to skip work, come out, enjoy a day at the golf course, and support a really good cause. It's going to be a really fun time. We have a long drive champion that's going to be coming up from
exciting.
Dallas. That is very exciting. So we're going to post him up on a par 5, number 10. And so each group that comes through, he will hit a tee shot for your team. He'll be part of your team on that hole. And he'll probably drive it over 400 yards. And usually it takes me 2 or 3 shots to get to 400 yards.
Yeah.
So it's really impressive to watch. We had one come last year for an event, and it was very popular. It's exciting to see. So we also have some other contests planned. We're going to have lunch provided in between the shotguns, as well as an auction and a raffle going on as well. So Jennifer, if I want to get a team in, or if I own a business and I want to sponsor a whole, how would I go about contacting and getting information on doing that?
Well, first of all, I want to say we don't want to miss this. Nobody wants to miss this. Everybody wants to be out there. Even if you're not playing golf, get out there and enjoy the day, because it's going to be a lot of fun. But if you are interested, there's a couple of ways. One, leadershipgreaterenid@gmail.com. Email us, and we'll get you the sponsorship packets back out to you. And the fastest way is probably through our Facebook page at Leadership Greater Enid. There's an event posted out there, and then also other comments made. You can comment out there, ask questions. It also has Michael and I's direct contact information. And get with us, and we'll get you the information.
That's awesome. And I want to thank you, Jennifer, for all your hard work that you put in as a class project chair. You've gone above and beyond, and I think that you should be commended for what you've done, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael.
And thank you to Enid Television Network for having us on Community Talk.
Hi, I'm Carrie Sanders, the director at Loaves and Fishes of Northwest Oklahoma, a client choice food pantry where our mission is fighting hunger, feeding hope through healthy food choices. Watch for us on Community Talk.